Hello, 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 and welcome to Jack Knows Best, the show where I, Jack Kavanaugh, prove that I know best by outdrafting a fellow member of the fantasy football community. And with it being October, it is officially spooky season, so tonight's guest is perfectly fitting. Tonight, we have the leader of the fantasy football chat Discord server at SpaceGhostForce. After embarrassing me last time he was on the show, I will be looking for revenge. And of course, if you would like to participate, sign up over on Underdog Fantasy and use promo code nonsense to see if you know better than Jack. Welcome back, my friend and editor, Mr. at Space Force Ghost, the best corporate Discord specialist in the business. Now, before we get started and I attempt to get my win back, why don't you let the people know about the person behind the ghost? And I know you've got some very important pluggables to plug as well.
So SpaceGhostForce here. Got my comeuppance in the Discord community, run the fantasy football chat. We're just broke 13,000 members. So did that this morning, as a matter of fact. Appreciate it.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
Had our 3rd-year birthday just a few days ago. So big milestones that we've just hit. Glad to be on the show. Can't wait to win me some money, especially if it's yours again tonight. But that should go without saying, obviously.
There's still plenty of time for me to catch up in our other best ball draft. I know I'm in 5th place right now. You're sitting there all pretty in 3rd. It's just as long as I can beat you and beat Jason, and I can't lose to Steve. There's time for me to come back. It's going to be okay. But with that in mind, let's get started. So you ready to enter the draft?
Well, before we do that, let's talk about one quick thing.
Absolutely.
Blessings in the Backpack has been a big part of a Discord server. It's a charity that supports children that are less fortunate than others and might not otherwise eat on the weekends. And so Blessings in the Backpack uses funds and donations and everything in between to send children home with backpacks full of food on the weekends when they might not otherwise eat. So during the football season and, not football season, when you're throwing money around at DFS contests and league entries and paying your commissioners tips for all that fun stuff, maybe consider giving to that great cause. Also, to tie into that, there's a new app out in the market called Better Fantasy. It's also a charitable deal. It's if you play any sleeper leagues, you should download it. It's available on Google Play or Android or Google Play or Apple. Basically, it syncs your sleeper leagues to the app, and then it provides like totals, over/unders, spreads, who's going to score the most that week, the least, player props. But it's no money required to play, but you can earn credits to donate to charity. It's a really cool, fun cause, and it's a lot of trash talk opportunity, so that's always a plus as well. But yeah, those are my 2 plugs. Let's get to the butt whooping.
All right. Well, we'll get back to this. And it's especially important to note Blessings in a Backpack. That's Lamar Jackson's charity of choice. So if you have Lamar Jackson on your fantasy roster, maybe you send a donation. Thank him for the W he's about to give you tonight.
Yes. Do you have the Ravens tonight?
I do have the Ravens. Of course, I always have the Ravens.
Would you take him with that 7-point spread?
Yes, I would. This feels like a big Lamar Jackson blow-up game. Monday Night Football. He's ready to shine. How about you? Where are you taking him at?
Oh, yeah. I avoided the spread on this one just in case things go sideways on a Monday, but I took Baltimore in all my different bets. So the DFS lineups, we'll see how he fits in as far as price-wise is concerned. But yeah, definitely in the bets. He's got him over on the rushing on most of it, and all that fun stuff.
Well, and you know what's disappointing though? Rashad Bateman's not going to play tonight. Miles Boykin is back. Bateman is not. We have to wait for week 6 to see Rashad Bateman, which isn't the worst thing because it still helps us in this tournament that starting in week 6. But I just want to see Rashad Bateman.
Am I joining this league? Where's this at?
Oh, yes, you are. Sorry. It's Best Ball Resurrection, please.
Best Ball Resurrection.
Good thing you asked that because I would have. I thought you were one of the people in.
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Oh, okay, here we go.
And so tonight with the Ravens, Le'Veon Bell not active as well. So make sure you bench him, get him out of your lineup. If you, for some reason, played Le'Veon Bell, probably didn't. But Tyson Williams hopefully playing. What do we expect out of this Baltimore backfield? Is it still going to be a rotation?
I have lots of Latavius Murray in the over. I think he's going to not only get the majority of the carries that matter. I mean, not to say that there won't be, a dispersion of the carries, but I think like the goal line ones are going to him if they're not being vultured by Lamar, and I think that he's liable to catch a seam somewhere and hit that over pretty quickly. So, as far as it being a committee, absolutely. I mean, what is Baltimore without being a running back committee? Am I right?
It's never going to change. Like they tried it back in the day with Justin Forsett. He had like that 1,600 yard from scrimmage season just randomly. It was wild. But then after that, he got hurt. Before that, it was Ray Rice. They've realized, okay, you can't just give one guy 90% of the touches. We have to split this up. So yes, Latavius Murray, though, he is easily the lead back here.
Mm-hmm.
And Devontae Freeman does not matter.
And I don't hate it. I mean, I've got many shares of Latavius Murray, so bring it on. Bring it on.
And it's kind of sounds like they might be trading one of these running backs. Teams are calling the Ravens about Le'Veon Bell, about Devontae Freeman, about Tyson Williams, about Latavius Murray. So if one of them gets traded, does that change this offense at all?
No. No.
All right. Waiting for one final person. Oh, and we are live. So where are we both going to be picking? Oh, all right. So I am picking with the 105. You got the 101. So let's get to it. See what we are taking in round 1. Oh, wow. That works. That's good for you. Like, who would, if you had the choice, who would you take?
Evan Ingram, come on down. If we weren't confined to the tight end only position, Derrick Henry.
Take him over CMC?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It should not be a conversation at this point. Like, Christian McCaffrey, he's supposed to play this week. He's maybe healthy, but like, do we trust him at all going forward? Like, he's being hurt a lot these past 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And I don't, and if the argument is, okay, he comes back and it's like, we're easing him in now. Well, what do I want with an eased in CMC whenever I can get a full force Henry and, no signs of, knock on wood, obviously, but I mean, 31 touches 2 weeks ago? I don't know how many he had last week or this week, but
he's on a historic pace the way he is running the ball. We have never seen anything like Derrick Henry. And Chuba Hubbard, he's no slouch either. He went for over 100 yards this week. The Canadian boy, we love to see it. We always give our hat tip to the fellow Canadians. So obviously I am taking Darren Waller because he's the tight end too. He hasn't been putting up Travis Kelce level performances lately, but there is a chance by the end of the season he still does pass Travis Kelce as the tight end one because he's a lot younger than Travis Kelce.
Derek Carr needs to step his game up.
It was so nice. Like, he was an MVP candidate. Like, 3 games, he looked phenomenal, and then back-to-back losses. Like, what's going on here? Not enough Darren Waller is the problem, in my opinion. So let's get Darren Waller cooking. And then my 5th overall pick, Darren Waller, beats out your 1st overall pick, Travis Kelce.
Ain't no way. Although I did take Darren Waller first round of the fishbowl, so that's been nice.
Darren Waller, the baller.
Yeah.
All right. And so up next, our pick will be, let's see if the wheel is kinder to us this time.
Tight end again.
Oh.
Running back.
Running back. Running back.
Dibs on Saquon.
Even with the ankle injury, you're not worried?
Just kidding.
That was ugly, wasn't it?
Yeah, I hate it for him because, I mean, nobody's really injury prone, but goodness, this guy can't catch a break. Can't catch a break at all.
Yeah, just so unfortunate. Like you said, injury prone's not a thing. It's a freak accident. Someone stepped on his ankle and he rolled it. That happens in the NBA all the time. But why him again? Yeah. So yeah, it's tough to draft injured players in something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys that like it's already such a long shot that you're going to win a tournament, and you're committing to punting on a couple weeks with injury.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. So I am hoping to get my friend DeAndre Swift here. DeAndre Swift looks like an RB1. And so I've had a conversation with my friend recently. So Christian McCaffrey, he's the RB1, like the 101 this year, heading into the season. Who is the most likely consensus RB1 next year that isn't CMC? Because Derrick Henry is getting older. He's 27. Aaron Jones getting older. Alvin Kamara getting older. So who could be that next breakout guy? The options I gave were Saquon Barkley, who is now hurt, which hurts his draft stock, Jonathan Taylor, and my guy, DeAndre Swift.
I think that Antonio Gibson has a shot to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't know. He seems to be coming out of nowhere. But yeah, I don't disagree with any of the takes that you said. Najee's been more impressive than I expected this season with his output. But RB1, I don't think that's happening. I think Aaron Jones could be like stepping into that, given like the proper, set of circumstances around him. But I don't know. It's gonna be a hard title to wrestle away from those, top tier gentlemen.
Yeah, the thing with Najee Harris that makes me hesitant to put him at that one spot is the quarterback change. Maybe he gets Aaron Rodgers, and then yes, absolutely, he could be the RB1 in Dynasty if he gets Aaron Rodgers, but that is a big if. Aaron Jones, yes, there's a set of circumstances where if he's with Aaron Rodgers again, he has that great upside. But what if Aaron Rodgers is gone?
Mm-hmm.
Todd Bender with Javonte Williams. Does he have RB1 upside? Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't feel good about saying it. If anything, okay. Looking at me?
Yeah, running back, then wide receiver for you.
Goodness gracious.
The drop-off at running back is just so severe.
Yeah, you know what?
3, 2, 1. James Robinson.
Yeah, I hated that pick. What am I looking for now in this one?
Wide receiver here.
Wide receiver. Yeah, I did not like the picks there. Like you said, that is an opportunity in the draft whenever I would have looked elsewhere for value, and let somebody else take all those picks.
Yeah,
Um,
Saquon injured, Mixon injured. Darrell Henderson, he's pretty healthy right now. He's getting better. CAH injured.
Give me my man. Mike
Oh,
Will made it.
Mike Williams ahead of DJ Moore, ahead of DK Metcalf, ahead of Terry McLaurin.
Mike Will truther. I stand by it.
he
But if we're going for best ball, those boom games, that's what I need.
has made you look pretty good for being a Mike Williams truther. Because my goodness, who saw this coming, that they would just stop with the moon shots deep downfield, and they're like, no, you're just gonna run all of the routes. You're gonna run the slants. You're Mike Thomas now. Can you do it? And he clearly can. Oh, it is phenomenal. But where does he go next year? Do the Chargers re-sign him?
Do they have the cap for it?
I don't know. We will have to check that out.
Tell you what, let's look at it real quick. Look out for the.
I'm glad you're looking it up because I gotta make my pick here.
That's exactly why I'm doing it, because I knew that you are.
I appreciate you, sir.
So as we talk about the cap situation, in 2022, the Chargers look like they will be. Ooh, that's not good for them.
They're a little bit tight against the cap.
No, I guess not. Never mind. I was reading it wrong. They actually have a lot of cap, like almost 80 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So maybe Mike Williams does return to LA.
Especially if he shows out and wins me this matchup here.
So
I can see.
You get Mike Williams. I get scary scoring McLaurin. Terry McLaurin, gotta love him. Even with Taylor Heinicke, he is being force-fed targets nonstop. Logan Thomas out. So Terry McLaurin, he has the chance to beat your Mike Williams, but it's going to be a close one.
No, I don't hate the McLaurin pick at all. If it wasn't for Mike Williams and being a truther and knowing that my fantasy football chat friends will be huge fans of that pick, I honestly would have gone DJ Moore or Terry McLaurin there, like you said, because of the force feeding of targets. I mean, volume is king.
Volume is king, and DJ Moore is just getting all of it, and well deserved too. Like, I'm sorry, Robbie Anderson, if anyone's a truther of him, but DJ Moore just looks so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Terrace Marshall, though, still waiting for him to be for the breakout. I'm getting flamed hard by Kadarius Toney stands because I put out a tweet that drafting him above Terrace Marshall was a mistake. And right now, I've got some big egg on my face, but the war isn't over yet. Terrace Marshall still has plenty of career left. Who are you taking out of those two receivers?
Terrace Marshall or Kadarius Toney?
Yes, sir.
Like over their careers or given their situation right now?
Career long.
I still went Terrace.
Thank you. Yeah. That's what I needed to hear. I needed that confidence boost.
What I mean, wasn't the biggest complaint about Toney coming out of the draft was that it was raw and unpolished, but like it could become something. And like, what have we seen? We've seen him punch a guy in the middle of a game. Like, sweet polishing there, Toney. Keep polishing away. I don't think that's what they intended.
Joe Judge is going to be making him run wind sprints for days.
Well earned. Or well deserved, not well earned.
Wide receiver.
What a doofus. What a rookie move.
Yeah, like you put up 189 yards against the Cowboys, and then you go out in the fourth quarter by punching a dude. Like, it puts such a damper on your stellar day.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver up here next for anyone joining up. I've got the option, and I really hope Keenan Allen is still there because I love Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen going after Mike Williams now. Wow.
Mm.
How the turntables.
I think I know who I'm going for here.
Okay, yeah. Keenan Allen is my 1. My 2 is, I think, Amari Cooper. And my 3. I am having trouble trusting Calvin Ridley going forward. Like, he sat out this week for personal reasons. Not going to comment on that. But Kyle Pitts finally breaks out. Is Kyle Pitts the new Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley is still Calvin Ridley?
Can we not hype up Kyle Pitts, please? It's one game where we finally are like, oh, Kyle Pitts can actually do football things. It's like, let's cool our jets on exactly what Kyle Pitts is going to do. Like, I'm all aboard the Kyle Pitts hype train, but I mean, I'm afraid that, the idea of like in Pittsburgh, Juju was successful as a number 2 because Antonio Brown was a great number 1, but Juju is not a great number 1, and like he needs a number 1 so that he can be a good number 2. Where does that fall, like, with what's going on, in their neck of the woods? I don't really know. Like, is Calvin Ridley like better as a number 2, better as a number 1? Who's going to be that role, vice versa, and like what's best for them. But
what's best for them is getting rid of Matt Ryan and rebuilding here.
That's yeah, exactly. It'd be a great start, to say the least.
All right, so wide receiver here, and then your next pick will be a wheel of wow, a flex. So that opens things up quite a bit. Our first real decision point. We've kind of been prescribed what we're doing at this point. Where's your head at here?
Flex is up here next.
Yeah. And I love the Deontay Johnson pick, you jerk.
I appreciate that. I'm looking real hard. With the Cephas going out, Hawkinson is looking pretty tasty. I know I only got 9 seconds, though. I'm going to roll out with Hawkinson, yeah. We're going to do that. He's been
good. Tight ends.
Yeah. It's been working for me in other leagues, and I'll get the opportunity to grab that other position later on. So might as well have 2 good ones.
This is a dilemma for me. Is AJ Brown going to rebound? That's what I'm hoping.
See, that's the toughest part of that. Like, especially like coming around like just 30 seconds. It's like, wait, who's been injured most recently, and like for how long are they out? Trying to track sort of deal.
Yeah, like Chase Edmonds has a shoulder right now. Otherwise, I'd love to take him.
Mm-hmm.
Javonte Williams is looking pretty enticing.
Can Davis Mills continue to cook with Brandon Cooks? I mean,
that was the frustrating part. Is this week Davis Mills looked real good. Nothing. Oh, and AJ Brown goes off the board. Okay, I'm forcing in Javonte Williams. He's my RB2 here because I think he does have league-winning potential, and I'm gonna do what the fans want. Todd Bender, make him happy here. Where was I? I got distracted by Javonte Williams. Oh, Davis Mills. Yes, thank you. So touchdown to Chris Moore, the former Ravens player. He stopped playing offense. He was just a kick returner. Touchdown to Chris Conley, who like no one's playing in fantasy. Like, feed Brandon Cooks. Come on, man.
Classic rookie move. Looking at the nobodies. Somebody that they got the reps with and on the second string cuts sort of deal on the later rounds of practice. And they're like, I've got a repertoire with them. I'll throw the ball that way.
That's a good point. So does that mean Brandon Cooks is dead then?
No. Brandon Cooks is eternal. I mean, he's been concussed, I'm pretty sure, 84 times at this point. He's still out there on the field, so if all those things can't stop him, surely Davis Mills isn't going to. By the way, I picked up Davis Mills in the fishbowl as well. He put out 30 points this week after negative 15 the week before.
He put up 30 points this week in the fishbowl. Jeez Louise, Davis Mills.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Superflex leagues, though, is like every quarterback is valuable because every quarterback has that potential. So you may scoff at Davis Mills, the 3rd round pick. Did you draft him or did you pick him up?
Picked him up. Picked him up after Tyrod went down because I did draft Tyrod.
And Tyrod looked so good.
Tyrod was so good.
He's apparently, that was something I noticed in the news earlier. He's eligible to come off IR, but he's not quite ready yet. Think we're going to see at least one more week of Davis Mills.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Do not rush my man back. I don't need any doctor trying to puncture any lungs back there. We need to make sure that Tyrod stays healthy because he did look nice there at the beginning. And
he deserves it.
It would behoove me. Yeah. And he deserves it. It benefits him too. Yeah, sure. Helps me out. That's what I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, it's a win for everyone involved, especially Brandon Cooks. And now with this running back pick, this is where things start to get really dicey. Like injury to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's out multiple weeks with an MCL sprain. Chris Carson has a lingering neck issue. That terrifies me. That is scary. Do you remember David Wilson, the Giants running back in the day, had his career ended by lingering neck injuries? Like that. I can't trust Chris Carson anymore. I can't do it.
Yeah, following this season, I'll probably start fading him for that reason. Being in the fact that I drafted him in most leagues because I loved that tier. Him in that tier. Yeah, I was buying him everywhere I could. And yeah, I'm going to ride with that ship this season, but yeah, I'm going to fade after this year. Can't be done with lingering neck issues.
Yeah, and for the rest of this year, like you're not trading him because that would be a sell low. And when Chris Carson is playing, you have to start him. He's that kind of guy. He can get that kind of workload. It's just going forward, how many games is he going to be starting per year? That's not something I want to touch. So I'm worried for the future. Leonard Fournette, though, for the rest of the year, loving his workload. Like he is getting all of the carries. Ronald Jones is getting maybe 5 carries per game to Fournette's 15. And then he's getting most of the receptions. He's getting like 5 targets a game to Giovanni Bernard's 2. Like Leonard Fournette's a bell cow and no one wants to talk about it.
Hey, I've got many shares of Leonard Fournette. So, yeah, I am all aboard the Lenny hype train. And the Rojo distribution keeps dwindling and dwindling week by week. I love to see it. What position am I picking up here, by the way?
Oh, sorry, this is running back up here. And
no,
then
you don't need to apologize because I see you spinning the wheel. I just am not paying attention.
That's what happens when you have such good conversation in the meantime.
It really is.
So running back,
I think we know what I have to do here.
Back receiver.
I think we all know what I have to do.
Tony Pollard, yes, please. Now you get running back or receiver.
Running back or receiver.
Odell Beckham Jr., the top receiver on the board. And can I just say, why does Baker hate him?
We're going spicy with it.
Corey Davis, the wide receiver one in New York. Are you a Zach Wilson fan then?
No, but he's been surprising me with, correct me if I'm wrong, his stats haven't been terrible this year. Did I just make a massive mistake? I hope not.
He's had a lot of interceptions, but last week he really started showing that arm talent, that made him so special on a touchdown pass to Corey Davis. So,
I mean, Zach Wilson. No, I'm not a Zach Wilson truther by any means. If I was backing, and I drafted Mac Jones, and one rookie draft, I drafted Trevor Lawrence, and I've got Justin Fields, or not Justin Fields, but Justin Fields once, but none of the other rookie quarterbacks. Wasn't liking where they fell in the rookie draft. Zach Wilson plus what seemed like a giant reach, so no.
Rendon Dye wants to know, rank these in order for rest of the season. We've got Jay Williams. Is that Javonte or Jamal? Hit us up.
Javonte.
I think you're right. Miles Sanders, Damian Harris, and D. Williams. And D. Williams is probably Damian Williams on the. Oh,
there could be Daryl from
Kansas City. So Javonte Williams, yep. This is tough. This is tougher than I expected it to be. So Javonte Williams, clear one. I'm going to start with that. The two, I think, has to be Damian Harris over Miles Sanders. I have not been impressed with Miles Sanders at all this year.
I mean, there's so many people there.
Like not Tony Pollard, sorry. The other Memphis running back. A lot. Damian Williams from the Bears. So first we will be picking. All right, so we'll be picking quarterback this round.
Gotcha.
Final thoughts. I think my running backs, Javonte Williams over Harris, over Sanders, over Damian Williams. What about you? Where are you going with this?
Full PPR, Damian Harris, D. Williams, J. Williams, Miles Sanders.
You're a big Damian Harris fan then?
Yes, absolutely. He seems to, whenever he, like, given full health, yes, like, if we're taking the whole, he's currently out for the season or out for a little bit of time and like just coming back. I'm assuming this is like a dynasty thing, but I think that he's more productive right now. Melvin Gordon is not going away. I know he's got that little bruised rib issue or whatever it is that they came out with, but I mean his touches aren't going away, and Belichick seems to have trusted what he's seen from Damian Harris, so I'm all aboard the Harris hype train.
The thing with Javonte Williams, though, is yes, Melvin Gordon is in a split with him, but every time Williams just looks better than Gordon does. Like yesterday, he puts up 80 yards on 11 touches, and Melvin Gordon puts up 40 yards on 11 touches. Like, I believe eventually, as my friend Macho Man Randy Savage would say, the cream will rise to the top. And I believe that Javonte Williams will take this over eventually.
Did either of them get a touchdown yesterday?
No, they did not. I don't think so anyways. I think it was just the yardage. I think I'm going to have to go with it. Aaron Rodgers here. He's kind of the top quarterback left available. I don't know how long Trey Lance will start for. Joe Burrow, like, I would love to take him, but it just seems like they don't want to let Joe cook. Zach Taylor just wants to run the ball a lot, and Joe Burrow is kept down because of it, and it's really sad. So, yeah, I got to go Aaron Rodgers.
That's a good pick. Let's just hope that he doesn't, up in the middle of the season, decide he'd rather play some Jeopardy.
He had the Jeopardy commercial that he did. I think that was good enough for him. I think that satisfied the itch. And up next, we have So you'll be
All right. I'll be on wide receiver here. Gotcha. After
Quarter-
the quarterback. Yeah.
yeah. QB, wide receiver.
They said Joe Burrow was okay, right?
Yeah, it was he got checked out for a throat contusion, but he passed all the tests. He's fine. He's going to play this week.
Cool. And I'm going wide receiver, correct?
Correct, sir.
Ooh, that's a interesting group of folks to choose from.
Who do we have left here?
Um,
Mm.
yeah, you see what I mean?
It's a bunch of gadget guys. And you take the most gadgety of all, but also the most successful.
We'll see.
That's who I was going to take. So should I trade Javonte Williams, Damian Williams, Miles Sanders, Tyler Boyd, and Robert Woods to get DK, Ridley, and Barkley?
Can I say, okay, happy to answer this question for you, Rendon, but can't guarantee that we'll be giving you the best advice because we don't know what other positions you might be lacking at, what other positions like you might be able to take advantage of. So, while we'll give you this answer, take a step back and see where you said they were lacking at running back, I'm pretty sure earlier, but definitely attack their weaknesses where you can. But as far as this trade is concerned, that's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, you're giving up a lot of quality depth there for a superstar in DK and Ridley, but Barkley now becomes a big question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like a lot of moving parts and
kind of lateral. I mean, you're trading away 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers to get 2 wide receivers and 1 running back that's injured.
All right, so I took Jacoby Myers, hoping that at some point he's got to catch a touchdown, right? Like at some point.
You would think.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers still 0 career touchdowns. It has to happen at some point based on the volume he gets. I know we all make the jokes about Julio, he can't score, but at some point it has to happen.
It's got to.
All right, so up next, what are we going to be taking here?
Shout out the Chicago Bulls, by the way.
Shout out the Chicago Bulls.
Shout out the Chicago Bulls.
Quarterback coming up next. Get both of our quarterbacks out of the way.
Quarterback coming up next. Hopefully that fixed it.
Yeah, you're good.
Lots of quarterback options here.
And the stacking is not great, however. We got Derek Carr, actually. Derek Carr and Darren Waller. That could be a thing. That could be a thing for sure. Otherwise, Daniel Jones, he's got the concussion. He's got to go through the protocol. He's got a chance to play this week. I have Swift, CMC, and those other RBs, and my wide receivers are... Yeah, I still think you're...
I would hold.
Yeah.
I would hold.
No, that's okay. Don't apologize. No.
This is just...
Yeah, we're just giving you the caveat that we don't have all the information. So, no, that helps. But, yeah, I would stay where you're at right now.
Wasn't looking for you to apologize. It ain't my fault if that was the way it came off here. No, that was just my disclaimer of I'll tell you what I know with the information I'm given. There would be I need you to type out the entire roster of both your teams and establish what your records are and what your mindsets are of the teams.
Yeah, there's always more information to be gleaned, and we want to make sure that while we can give you advice at any point, it might not work specifically for you is the only thing. So just be careful with who you're listening for, because even in those articles that you read where it's like the buy high, sell low, it all depends on what your roster looks like. And so you should always take anyone's advice with a little pinch of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Except for mine, because I know best.
Hey, he said it. He said it. Did you hear it?
Yeah, show's over, folks. He said the name of the show. That's roll credits moment.
And scene.
Yeah. All right.
Fiend, as I say.
So I'm hoping for
Finn.
Derek Carr here. Really, truly.
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah.
I wish I could say I was in your corner, but I absolutely am not.
I like stacking him with Darren Waller. That's the only thing here.
Now you got me looking for a stack. I'm looking at QB here. Who to stack? Who to stack?
Oh, and I guess your next pick too. Your next pick will be a running back. Trevor Lawrence. So you really, truly do believe in the Jacksonville Jaguars. You got Trevor Lawrence. You got James Robinson. Do you trust Urban Meyer?
I trust garbage time. I trust that. Man, I believe there will be plenty of that in Jacksonville. What position?
Running back.
Okay, let's see here. Just in case Cordell ever goes down, we got Mike Davis there.
That's the thing. Like, yes, Cordero Patterson has looked phenomenal, but he's only getting about 30% of the workload. It's still Mike Davis getting most of the work. He did have a touchdown last week, so he's not going away anytime soon. Cordero's better, but Mike Davis has his role here.
By the way, whenever I asked you about which of them had a touchdown, that's who I was confusing the RBBC for. It was those two, not the other two.
Yeah. No, both Atlanta backs had a touchdown, I think, but not Cordell Patterson didn't, I don't think.
Cordell did not, but he had more. He had less snaps, more yards, no touchdown, while Davis had more snaps, less yards with a touchdown.
Right. Thank you for clarifying. And I go with Nyheim Hines, and it's a lot of that same scenario too. It's a little bit of an RBBC with Jonathan Taylor, but Nyheim Hines has his role in this late in the draft. Like Trey Sermon, he played 2 snaps yesterday.
So what? He just needed to collect a paycheck, and that was the what you call it, the deliverables on it.
Yeah,
I need you 2 snaps on the field, and you're good for that paycheck. It's like, all right, you got me, coach.
And we will be taking another tight end off the board here, our final tight end that we have to take. But yes, it truly was exactly that. Like Trey Sermon, it was the Elijah Mitchell show. He wasn't particularly effective, but it just speaks to how little Kyle Shanahan trusts Trey Sermon at this point. And then Jeff Wilson's going to come back and muck it all up.
That's a nice word for it. So did Trey Sermon do something to irritate Shanahan, or what's the deal with all that?
So it depends. So there's a rumor that the reason Brandon Ayuk and Trey Sermon are in the doghouse is because they were out late and missed curfew on the night before the first game. That's unverifiable. No one knows if that's true, but it would make a lot of sense as to why he seems so hesitant to trust Trey Sermon. And also, hello, Daniel Duong. Glad you love Space.
Daniel?
Glad you love Space Ghost, because I do too. Even if he's not particularly nice to me in drafts. I can forgive him for that.
As the sun goes down, you can tell I'm being more computer illuminated here. My apologies for the audience for that.
That's all right. I'm having the same problem too. I just have a lot of bright lights around me.
Mm.
It's that fall weather. It's that sun going down early. It is a killer. So make sure you're getting as much sun as you can, and make sure if you're ever feeling those that seasonal depression kick in. There are people that are going through it as well.
Mm-hmm. I recommend getting out, and if you have the ability to, go out for a hike. It's good for the mind, good for the body.
Yeah, that fresh air. Even if it's not a hike, even if it's just a walk, just that fresh
Yeah.
air. Get outdoors. It's gonna help.
Touch some grass, if you will.
I love the saying "touch some grass." Absolutely, literally, touch grass if you'd like. All right, tight end. Who is my tight end to? It can't be someone with a weak.
There's Evan Ingram. There's Evan Ingram right there.
Evan Ingram is right there. Evan Ingram is right there. Logan Thomas is hurt. Tyler, but there's upside there when he comes back, and I can get by with Darren Waller. Tyler Conklin has been pretty good. Zach Ertz. I'm going Zach Ertz. He's been getting some rep run lately. He's been getting some targets. So, sure, Zach Ertz. Are you taking Evan Ingram?
I'm not. No. No. Man, I really don't know who I'm taking. How long is I don't know. Goodness gracious.
Wide receiver up next with your second pick too.
You know what? I think I am taking Evan Ingram.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of snaps. He runs a lot of routes.
It seems like there's not a whole lot else going on. Others are just like swinging for the fences out with more Jacksonville players. This is wide receiver, you said?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Tough choices here. Yeah, my time's ticking down.
Poor Juju Smith-Schuster. He will miss the rest of the season. Oh,
that is. I meant to take Cole Beasley.
That's all right. I'll forgive you for that. Next time we get a running back, we'll go with our running back or wide receiver with your pick. It's okay. We'll make up for it.
My fault. It was an auto pick.
It's what happens sometimes when you're under high intensity pressure like this,
especially on the turn there.
Yeah, it's a lot of
terrible. All right, you Savior. I'm done with this. All right, we're done.
All right, Curtis Samuel. He's also going to be out multiple weeks. So yeah, it's either Cole Beasley or Van Jefferson.
See, Cole Beasley is who I was going to choose, but
I think it's Cole Beasley here. I'm going to make my pick and then spin the wheel and then run to the washroom real quick. I am so professional, aren't I?
Yeah, I was also about to do this.
All right, I'm going to take Cole Beasley and spin the wheel for my next pick, and I will be right back.
There we go. Hey, everybody tuning in. If you aren't checking out the Important Nonsense content, you definitely should. They're putting out some pretty nice stuff. All of it can be found at importantnonsense.ff.com, I believe. Follow them on Twitter. They're a good account. You can follow me at SpaceGhostForce. Join the Discord at discord.gg/fantasyfootball. I'd sing for you all, but nobody would enjoy that.
And I am back. Thank you for your patience. I am sorry about my lack of professionalism, but sometimes when you drink a lot of water, that's just what happens.
Hey, It does happen. I fill the time with just some, you know, chit chat.
Todd Bender says, please do. He agrees with whatever you were saying. I unfortunately was left out of that conversation.
It was me promoting the important nonsense crew.
Oh, aren't you kind?
Hey, you've been such a great host, and everything that I see over at your guys' team and website and Twitter, etc., has been top notch. I wouldn't be a fan of the stuff if it wasn't good. Believe me, I'd let you know.
I know you would. I trust you to embarrass me if I deserve it. You did it a couple weeks ago when we had you on the show last time. Completely destroyed me. But no, how kind of you. Running
Um,
back up next.
but I'm going wide receiver.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Devin Singletary is just always there. Zach Moss is the guy, clearly, but Devin Singletary's just hanging around as always. Jeff Wilson, he's intriguing. He the crazy thing with Jeff Wilson is he could be a healthy scratch one week, and the next week he's getting the goal line carries and the receptions, and it's just like what the heck? Like when this guy, he clearly trusts Jeff Wilson when he's on the and then Jeff Wilson's off the board.
That's what you get for talking about him so much.
Yeah. Seth Bourne is clearly listening to the show. So I guess I'm going to go with Devin Singletary just because he's in Buffalo and Buffalo gets some snaps. And Buffalo scores a lot of points. So sometimes it's going to work out. Todd Bender would like you to sing us a space song. LOL.
Oh. That's what he was referencing. I said at the very end, right before you popped in, I said I'd sing for you all, but I don't think anybody wants that.
I would love to hear your space song.
No, we really wouldn't.
We'll pass for now.
I've been quite on a kick of the oldies but goodies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been listening to?
Stuff like Bill Withers, along those lines. Feel good music.
Nice.
Looking Glass, right back where we belong. Or Brandy, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass, that type deal.
Very nice. And so wide receiver back to back for you here.
Alrighty. We're gonna go. Jets wide receivers has to do something, right?
That's not a bad call.
And then I have no confidence in either of those picks compared to like everybody else that's available because I feel like it's like nothing but upside from here on out.
Yeah, my guy, Terrace Marshall. I love that pick. And Elijah Moore, coming off the concussion, why not him? He could easily establish himself as a threat with the Jets. Got to build that chemistry with Zach Wilson all offseason. So, yes, love both of these picks. Unfortunately, Quintez Cephas, too. He looked great until he suffered a fractured collarbone. Might miss the rest of the season. I will be talking about that later on tonight on the Believe in Lions podcast, BLEAV in Lions. So make sure you tune into that.
Sounds like a sad podcast.
It's the show where we believe in the Detroit Lions. By the end of it, so will you.
All right.
But yes, it is going to be a very sad podcast tonight, talking about that Vikings recap.
Oh man,
that was it. It was heartbreaking. Like Dan Campbell in tears after. It hurt. It hurt a lot.
Did you spend the rest of the day like curled up in a fetal position?
No, it is Canadian Thanksgiving actually. So had some turkey with my family and tried to forget about it.
Happy late Canadian Thanksgiving Day to you.
Oh, well, thank you. Today's technically the holiday Thanksgiving.
Oh, well then happy on time Canadian Thanksgiving Day for you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, we do it a little like opposite of you guys. We do it a month early. We do it the Monday. American Thanksgiving, though, is a pretty great day with the 3 football games all day long.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. No, although, the stampede of the general population following Thanksgiving isn't the coolest. So, but I don't deal with any of that. So that's for the birds.
Yeah, that the shopping that instantly kicks off. All right, and so our next. Oh wait, no, you still haven't taken your. Oh, well, we got to. I accidentally spun it too early. We've got a super flex for. Oh no, I didn't spin it too early.
No, that was sort of the next round there for us.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. It's fine. Losing my head, just too distracted.
You got such a high-profile guest on here. You're getting a little panicky and jittery, and
I'm a little bit starstruck. I can't lie.
Shut the hell up. You're crazy. You're crazy.
No, just good to have you on the show.
No, it was a great time last time, and it's been a great time this time too. I have nothing but a blast.
Happy to hear. That's what we aim for on the. Well, this is Jack Knows Best, but importantnonsense.com. We also aim for that. And when you sign up on Underdog to compete with us, make sure you use promo code nonsense.
Yeah.
So we get anything we want with this next pick. What am I going to do here? How many receivers? So I only have 6 receivers. I think I'm done at running back. Yep. 6 receivers. I think I'm going to load up on wide receivers here. I think I'm set at running back. In a tournament, I don't like, well, actually just in best ball in general, I like to stick to 5 running backs. I don't like to go over that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we go with 3 straight wide receivers to end this. Go get the 9 wide receiver build.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, tough choice here.
Yeah.
I know I'm done. Maybe we'll see what comes back to me.
Quintez Cephas off the board. I wonder if Seth Bourne knows that he will miss some significant time. I think I'm going with Zach Pascal. I'm doubling down on this Colts offense ahead of tonight before they play against the Ravens. Got Zach Pascal and Michael Pittman. I don't believe in Carson Wentz, but Zach Pascal, he's getting the targets, he's getting the looks, and he's performing well enough for my 16th round best ball pick.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to go ahead and spin the...
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. So you get a super flex there, and then we get a running back / wide receiver.
I went ahead and stacked with the Zach Wilson with the Corey Davis pick.
Oh, that was smart. Corey Davis and Elijah Moore.
Yes, sir. And I'm about to auto again. Damn it. Dig it.
Oh.
Dig it.
You got Juju, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
At least it was in the right position.
That's true. For those of you who have not been following, Juju Smith-Schuster will miss the rest of the season with a shoulder injury. And then he's a free agent. So his career is going to be very interesting. What happens? Does he sign another short-term deal?
I mean, Latavius Murray is currently the lead back for Baltimore. I would say just about anything is possible at this point. But that's just me. No, I think that Honestly, I think it depends on how much money he has stocked up in the bank, and maybe he treats it like an Andrew Luck situation where it's like, I'm tired of like coming back, getting injured, rehabbing, coming back, getting injured, rehabbing. So like, I'm done with it. Let's call it a wrap. So
Yeah, it's been a really tough go for Juju the last couple of years. Like he didn't practice any Wednesdays last season, practiced some Thursdays, but it's tough. And hopefully that, yeah,
he
I don't know what.
wasn't getting shown a lot of love by the fan base, like in Pittsburgh or online, like presumably, like given his output, like relative to his ADP. I'm sure it was a lot of love mail coming in the stuff, but yeah, I'm sure he would sign a short term deal somewhere though. Somebody's gonna need a body.
Nah, Kansas City tried to get him to sign this past offseason. The Ravens were recruiting him, so there might be more or might be suitors once again. It's just going to depend on how long he wants to stay. Makes his dynasty future very tough to predict.
Hmm. Hmm. Something to keep our eye on.
And so with our final pick, it will be, I wonder what it is. Oh, would you look at that?
My goodness. Well, I
It's a
can make
wide
up for that
receiver.
Juju pick from earlier. That's good.
It's all see it all comes out in the wash. It all ends up okay.
Yep.
But the receivers we're left with are Sammy Watkins. Hey, he's looked okay.
I'll be honest, that's who I was trying to pick before.
Yeah. Oh, instead of Juju,
Yeah.
he's been okay. He has not been bad at all.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
Freddie Swain, but then he doesn't have Russ anymore. Geno Smith probably starting there. Do the Seahawks call Cam Newton? Should they call Cam Newton?
Um, they don't have the cap for that, do they? There's no way. No way they have the cap for that.
They probably do not.
Um,
That depends
but
on how much he's looking for.
I don't think that it's a bad idea as far as like playing that sort of Taysom Hill role. But I mean, if they were looking for like a backup, I don't know why they didn't call like Jacksonville for Gardner or something like that beforehand.
Yeah, that's the problem that you run into. So they have $11 million in cap space this year. So like they'd probably give Cam the minimum or something, and
Yeah.
he comes in. But yeah, otherwise Geno Smith is going to be the starter for the rest of the season. Well, not the
He
rest of the
didn't. He
season.
didn't look bad, and like he looked like he was beating himself up over that last play, pretty bad on the sideline. But it seemed like clear to the crowd and the audience or the announcers that that wasn't on him, like at all.
No. And I'm starting to wonder. The Jets, maybe they ruined Zach Wilson. He started to look better in recent weeks. They did ruin Sam Darnold. He looks a lot better in Carolina. Maybe they ruined Mark Sanchez before him. Maybe Mark Sanchez isn't as bad as we all think. And maybe Geno Smith got ruined by the Jets too. Maybe he's better than we all thought.
Yeah, it very well could be. I mean, crazier stuff on you. 8 seconds.
Yeah, I've got Gabriel
Got
Davis
you.
lined up here.
Okay, my fault.
We're
I just
gonna
want to make sure.
Remember earlier this offseason when Gabriel Davis, Emmanuel Sanders, and Cole Beasley, it was a debate for who the guy was. And now Gabriel Davis is barely getting drafted in the 18th round. Like, he's got to put it together at some point.
Anthony Miller is here, still on the board. Say less. Say less.
The Jaguars legend, Anthony Miller.
Mm-hmm. The one and only.
Geno Smith off the board in the 18th round. Laura Siegels knows what's up. Where are you going with your final pick, sir?
Hmm. Hmm. I'm looking at everybody real hard right now.
It's not fun. It there's these the 18th round was a lot better before the season kicked off. Oh, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Recency bias at its finest.
I like it. He was the wide receiver 1 for the Cleveland Browns.
Is this the total? Did I get? Oh, that's nice.
I'm
But that
pulling up
can't
the
be.
league here. So, why don't you break down your team before we get out of here?
Break down my team.
We got Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, and Zach Wilson. We're really going in on the young guns at QB.
Yeah, I figure we're looking best ball. These guys all have the potential to have their breakout games. They also have the potential to bust. Surely one or two of them will go off each week, like at the very minimum. And also, to segue that into stacking, on the Jacksonville side, James Robinson at running back, and that's it, right? Yeah. I thought I had somebody else in Jacksonville. Anyway, and then with the Jets, I've got Corey Davis and Elijah Moore both on the receiving end. So hopefully, whenever Zach Wilson pops off, they all get some love too. I've got Trey Sermon and Mike Davis, Tony Pollard, all rounding out the running back core. All sort of have their established roles besides Trey Sermon, who we don't know what the hell's going on with him. I swung for the fences with Mike Williams, wide receiver 1 on the year. You heard it here first. Deontay Johnson for the solid play as long as Ben can stay somewhat upright. Already mentioned Davis. Rondell Moore is a swing for the fences, as is Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm hoping that he comes back out of that surgery straight ready to catch us some footballs. Tight end Kelsey, Hawk, and Ingram should all be fine as long as Kelsey stays healthy.
And like even TJ Hawkinson could end up in your flex some weeks when you stack those two.
Oh, absolutely.
So with my team, we'll close this out. Aaron Rodgers, the reigning defending MVP. He is great. Derek Carr, he looked like he was going to be MVP for 3 weeks, and he's faded a little bit. But we get that stack with Darren Waller. And so tight end, I'm not as concerned about. The fact that I have Darren Waller, he's going to be my guy most weeks, and Zach Ertz just adds a little bit of spice to it as well. Running backs went with the 5-man committee in the backfield. DeAndre Swift, he is an RB1. That is established. He has been phenomenal for the Lions. Javonte Williams and Leonard Fournette both have bell cow upside. Javonte Williams isn't there yet. Nyheim Hines, he's just got his role. He's got he's a guy I don't trust in regular leagues, but he's maybe now that the buys are rolling out, you might have to start starting Nyheim Hines, which just shows how bad of a situation we're in. But really like this roster, especially Scary Terry, Amari Cooper going with those NFC East receivers. And then we go in on the Colts, which is a little bit scary, and go on the Buffalo Bills, which is not so scary. That's a little bit exciting.
Mm-hmm. I definitely am a fan of your lineup. You seem to have a lot more rationalization between all the makeup compared to mine.
Oh, well, maybe I did get my W back, but I think in the end, we both won here on Jack Knows Best. So before we get out of here, do you want to plug your pluggables one last time? Give the people at Blessings in a Backpack one last push.
Yeah, absolutely. Blessingsinthebackpack.org. You can see all the different places where you might be able to donate your time, energy, or your money if that's easiest for you. Great cause. They fill backpacks with food, send them off to the homes with children, send them off with children to their homes on the weekends, because sometimes those kids might come back to school the next week with not having eaten. So definitely want to look out for the kids that can't look out for themselves. And again, Better Fantasy, great app just released. You can find it on all platforms. I'll probably try to give you the link for it to put somewhere on here, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
anyway, that, and be sure to check out the Discord. It's nice.
It's
nice.
really nice fantasy football chat on Discord. And make sure you follow him at Space Force Ghost, because thank you very much for coming on. It was a true joy to have you.
No. The pleasure's all mine. Thank you. And like I said earlier, be sure to check out the Important Nonsense team, all their content on their website, as well as their Twitter, YouTube feed, all of it. We've got it feeding into the Discord. It's good stuff. Y'all don't want to miss out.
Well, I think you just wrapped it up for me. I've got nothing left to plug other than myself. Follow me everywhere at Javanaugh87. And thank you very much for joining us. And until then, we will see you next time.